Guys, I know this is going to sound crazy, but most women are dating for a relationship. I know it sounds nuts. They are. And if they're not dating you, it's because they didn't want to date you. You were not the chosen one for them. So that does not mean that they are just looking to mess around and use people's money. It just means that they didn't like you and didn't want to date you. Does that make sense?
It's because they didn't want to date you. You were not the chosen one.
You were not the chosen one.
You blew it. Fish.
Oh, hey, you guys, look, the wolf doesn't want to eat the sheep, you guys. The wolf wants to be friends and just wants to cuddle the sheep. Oh, yeah, that blood over there, don't worry about that blood. It's actually grape jelly, okay? They were having some PB&Js. Don't be worried about the blood. I know they're saying that they're dead, but they're not, okay? They're having a party. Lady, look, men know. Men know what women are doing, and that's why you have to come out ahead of it, and you have to tell men that, oh, hey, men, don't worry. Women want relationships. They're just not using you for your money. That's insanity. What woman would use a man for his money? How about the 30 million women that follow Sprinkle Sprinkle Lady? How about that? Oh, no, but let me guess. Sprinkle Sprinkle Lady probably doesn't exist either, right?
It's time to stop!
I just want to say thank you for showing up today. I have a few crazy clips we're going to be going over, and I am also going to be reacting to these clips as well. So let's lock in. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's do it.
Can someone please tell me why men in LA are more obsessed with dogs than they are women? This morning I went out to get a coffee and I looked down and this man is petting my dog and I'm like, oh, hi, how are you? Good morning.
Because dogs are better than women. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. A lot of people don't want to say it, but dogs, they're affectionate, they're not too loud, they're appreciative, they listen, and a bunch of other things. I mean, dogs are just better. I mean, let's just be 100% real here. Women, on the other hand, women, they're disagreeable, they're loud, they're usually cranky. They do accept snacks, but then after you give them a snack, they'll ask if they're fat, and that'll start a whole argument. So yeah, women are not as pleasant to be around as a random dog.
He turns around and stops talking to me. I'm like, have women really done men this wrong? Please let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Men just don't care. Men just don't care. Why would a man want to talk to a woman is my thing. Give me one good reason why a man would talk to a woman. The only reason I would think is to possibly see if there would be any sort of romantic interest in that woman. But then again, that dude probably was already in a relationship and had a girlfriend, so tough luck.
Something that I will never understand about men is that in one breath, they will think that women owe them after a first date, with intimacy, but then in the same breath they will say how if women give it up so early that they're the problem, that they're a red flag. Like, make it make sense. What do you want?
I'll be your wingman. Even if it means me taking a chubby, I will suck it up.
We want women not to be hypocrites. I mean, it's not too hard to understand, and it's actually the hardest thing for women to do is to not be hypocrites. And I'll tell you why, because all these men are looking around and seeing women pretty much get raw dogged by different men every night of the week. And then we see other men that actually like these women and want to have relationships with these women. And they're like, no, I'm just going to keep getting dicked down by these random men. But, if this other guy wants to take you out, that's fine. He can pay for the dinners, or he can pay for this, or he can pay for that, or he can, but you don't want to give those dudes a chance. So then men are looking around saying, okay, well, yeah, you're just being a hypocrite. You're just being a hypocrite. So a lot of men will, of course, try to be intimate in the very beginning because that's what a lot of men are looking for. It's up to the women to choose the men, which I think is a bad idea. Women aren't able to choose. Women don't have the brain capacity to be able to find a man and see good qualities in a man and choose that man for her. Women are not able to do that, okay? Or very few women are able to do that. We need to bring back the days when the patriarchal member of the family was choosing the men for the women. That's what we need to do.
I am done dating stupid men. I cannot do it anymore. We're not on the same wavelength. There's so much miscommunication. Like, if we're on a different educational bracket, how am I gonna say?
May, let me take off my assistant skirt and put on my Barbara Streisand in The Prince of Tides ass-masking therapist pantsuit.
What?
It's not educational, lady. Look, you've hit the wall. Your options are low. These men are going to be interacting with you, but only on a very superficial level. They'll want to hit it and quit it. They'll want you to come over and, slob on the knob and sausage in the wallet and all this other stuff. So there's no miscommunication. There's no education level that you're getting confused with. The fact that you're calling these men stupid is pretty insane, seeing as how you're the one who's getting played. But let's continue.
What am I gonna say? I don't want to fuck you, and this man's gonna text me back and say, "What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? That couldn't have been any more clear." And then I'm gonna say it again, and he's gonna say, "I know you want it." Where is the miscommunication? Why are we not understanding each other? Go read a fucking book.
You may or may not know, Lindsay and I have hit a bit of a rough patch.
Really? When did that start?
Well, I don't want to blame it all on 9/11, but it certainly didn't help.
You met him on a hookup app. When you meet people on a hookup app, they're going to assume you want to hook up. And I'm sorry, but 40-year-old marriages are not happening on Tinder. You're not swiping on Brad and say, "Oh shit, he's wearing gray sweatpants. I like the way his balls look. Let me call him." These aren't relationships that are standing the test of time, lady. Okay, you're meeting these men on a hookup app, so they're going to ask you, say, "Hey, do you want to come over and smash, or are you wasting my time?" So quit laughing about it. Quit crashing out about it. I mean, you're well in. If you're not 40 yet, you're pushing 40. At this point, either take what you can get or get the hell out the way. What the fuck?
Just finished getting my braids done.
Why?
So dry. Anyway,
I don't
that
know.
doesn't matter. I still look good because of this hair.
You don't look. I don't know that. Is that looking good?
I'm obsessed. Yes, you like 2
I'm
days.
The opposite of
keeping these
obsessed.
braids as long as humanly possible.
You
Come
don't
to
look
Union,
human.
New Jersey to see Keisha. Exclusive.
Put the camera down. Don't film that. You don't.
Exclusive style
Put the cameras
salon
down,
in
please.
Union, New Jersey. Like literally.
Yeah, literally, it looks.
Streets are not ready.
The streets
They're
are.
just not. Like, I'm nervous. I'm scared for everybody.
You got plenty of forehead for everybody
No,
on the
if
streets,
I don't
lady.
leave this salon, I'm just like narcissist, like just looking at myself.
Oh God.
I'm obsessed.
Lindsay, are you forgetting that I was a professional twice over, an analyst and a therapist, the world's first analrapist?
Yes, and you were almost arrested for those business cards.
Yes, no, it did not look good.
Look, I don't really know what to say about this one other than that this is every woman. This is it. This is the every woman.
The conversation around dating standards for women who are dating men is so funny to me because if you were to list out all of your standards, the internet's going to be quick to say like, "Oh, well, good luck. That's going to be like 0.01% of the population. Good luck finding someone." But here's the thing. I meet all of my own standards. I know it is possible to meet all of my own standards and to find people who meet all of my own standards because I meet
In twin beds, why don't you and your husband take the master bedroom? It's not like you've never come to me with your marital problems saying, "Oh, help me, Michael. I think my husband might be..."
You don't set the standards for yourself. You have to meet the man's standards. You have to be what the man is looking for. Now, if you're dating yourself, this is a perfect way to think about it. But if your standards is you need a man that makes 100K, you need a man that's 6'2", you need a man that does this and does that. You think that man cares if a woman makes 100K a year? You think he cares if his woman is any certain height? Now, I'm not going to say you look like a man, but you have a lot of masculine qualities.
them. I'm not particularly exceptional. I think I'm a good person. I think I've done well, but I'm not like some anomaly. And that goes for all the basic stuff, right? Like higher earning career. I'm in a higher earning career. I want someone else who is in a higher earning career. Physical fitness. I'm
This close, they always look like landscape. Nope. You're looking at balls.
But those lady, okay, you want someone else that's in a high earning career. That's amazing for you. Congratulations. But guess what? That man doesn't want a woman that is in a high earning career because that is annoying. That's annoying to a lot of men. Okay, if anything, the man wants the goth baddie that works a part-time job at Dairy Queen. That's what men want. Not the manly looking chick that works at the corporate office and, you know, has a headache every night when she gets home from work, so she ain't gonna, you know, let him hit it. That's not what men want. That's the exact opposite of what men want. What are we doing?
You know what? I actually am starting to feel bad for the men. Because women these days, we take ourselves out of 9 to 5s, we pay our own bills, we make ourselves breakfast, we're having soothing ass tea at
Check 2, 3. Let Lily lick Lionel's lusty leather.
Wait, you work a 9 to 5 and you make yourself breakfast? Fellas, call the newspapers. Call the TV channels. Holy shit, breaking news. Women do things.
You were not the chosen one.
Oh my God. How will the men survive? Lady, you're an adult. That's all common sense stuff. Every adult on earth does this. Why do women have to congratulate themselves just doing normal? You ever notice how weird that is? Women have to pat themselves on the back and suck each other off every time they just do normal stuff. You know, she has 100 comments. You go, girl. You made breakfast. Oh, you a queen. Like, what are we doing here? It's like a South Park episode or something. It's so dumb.
9 o'clock in the morning. Not a kid in sight. Silence. Breakfast on the balcony. It's so hard to compete with that.
Okay. So should
You sound lonely. You sound like you're coping, maybe. And that's great. That's great. Enjoy your silence. Enjoy your solitude. But why post a video about it? I mean, fellas, don't get me wrong. I do that every morning. I sit out on my back porch. I have my nice cup of coffee. I'm reading the paper. Well, it's a digital paper. I don't post videos about it. Nobody gives a shit. It's what normal people do. Oh,
I
shit.
wish men were as loyal to women as they are to football teams that fail them every week.
You were not the chosen one.
Well, football's better. Okay, football's better. Even if your team loses, it's still better in every way. And I don't even watch football. I don't even care about football that much, but it's definitely better than whatever the hell that was on my screen.
Can we talk about why a woman of substance that has built a life for herself, that has bought her own home, pays all her own bills, is essentially an adult that's growing in her career, in her life, in her mental state, is going to want to be with a guy that has no money? Not having money isn't just the fact that you can't buy her things, but it just shows that you don't have a growth mindset. You're not driven. You're lazy.
Lady, can I tell you something? And this is something a lot of men have realized. And hey, look, I've realized it. And I've told you guys this. When I was in my 20s, I worked a lot. And I made a lot of money. Okay, I made a lot of money. But there gets a point to where you're making a lot of money, but you just don't have time to spend it. And for a guy, when you get up in your career, you do find yourself having more money and less time. So a lot of guys will do a trade-off. They'll say, okay, well, and that's where I'm at. Okay, even though I work 2 jobs, and look, I'm not hurting for money. I do pretty well. Okay, I do pretty well. I'm not hurting for money. I have no issue paying all my bills and doing everything I need. Also, I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time to do things that don't make me money. Like this YouTube channel. Everything I make is going to be put back into the channel in some way. So I do this just for fun. This is my free time. This is my free time. A lot of guys have made that trade-off. They have realized, okay, and that's how I was. I made a lot of money in my 20s, but I realized that I could actually make a little bit less money and have a hell of a lot more time.
You're just a guy that's settling for the bare minimum. When a girl has put in so much time, so much work into building her life, into building her career, you can't tell me it makes sense for a girl to want more for her partner.
But here, and I'm going to end it with this one, fellas. This is the perfect example of women becoming the men that they've always wanted. These women become the men they've always wanted. And guess what? They've priced themselves out of their own market. Now they're looking for these men that do not exist. Isn't it crazy how that works? But anyway, fellas, I'm going to wrap it up here for today. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to like the video. Leave a comment. I like to read y'all's comments. I like the interaction in the community. I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you're here if you haven't already hit it. Over 80% of the viewers of my channel aren't subscribed. Don't you want to be part of the chosen few? Hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys later.